From bulldozers clinging to cliffs where one wrong move means disaster, to ripping turns in mud like it's their own racetrack, these operators bend the laws of physics. Pulling off stunts so wild you'll swear it's CGI. This is heavy machinery at its absolute craziest. Buckle up, what you're about to witness will leave your jaw on the ground. One wrong move turns this riverbank into chaos. Watch closely. An excavator tries to climb aboard a barge, its steel tracks grinding against the muddy slope. At first, it edges forward with raw power, but the weight shifts dangerously. The crowd shouts, the machine teeters, then disaster strikes. The excavator slips, crashes sideways, and in seconds it's swallowed by the water. 1 million pounds of steel sinking fast, while workers scramble for safety. This is the brutal reminder. On the edge of land and water, one mistake is all it takes to send heavy machinery straight to the bottom. Deep in the pit, giants go to work. On one side, the Komatsu PC-3000 hydraulic excavator unleashes its muscle, tearing through solid earth with a bucket built to move mountains. On the other, massive Caterpillar dump trucks roll in, steel titans waiting to be fed. With every swing, the excavator scoops tons of rock and loads them in seconds, each pass a thunderous reminder of industrial power. The coordination is flawless. One machine digs, the other hauls, together moving more earth in an hour than a crew of men could in a lifetime. This is heavy machinery at its peak. Precision, raw strength, and unstoppable efficiency. In the rugged heart of the hillside, the Fiat Alice 41B Bulldozer roars to life. Its steel tracks chew through uneven terrain as the massive blade drops, scooping and shoving tons of loose rock like it's nothing more than sand. Dust clouds rise with every push, the engine growling with relentless force. This isn't finesse, it's brute dominance, carving pathways where none existed before. Watching this machine muscle through piles of stone is a reminder of why bulldozers are called the kings of earth moving, unstoppable, fearless, and built for raw destruction. This is old-school muscle in action. The International TD-25 bulldozer locked to a scraper, tearing through the earth like a beast unleashed. With each push, the tracks dig deep, while the scraper swallows up massive loads of soil, leveling ground with relentless efficiency. Black smoke pours from the stacks, a sign that raw diesel power is at full throttle. Machines like these aren't just working the land, they're rewriting it, carving, loading, and shaping terrain with brute force and unmatched endurance. A true display of vintage iron still proving its worth in the dirt. Perched dangerously on top of a shaky platform, a fully loaded cement mixer teeters at the edge. One wrong move could spell disaster. Suddenly, an excavator moves in, pressing against the truck in an attempt to control the fall. But the weight is too much. The platform buckles, the truck tilts, and then chaos erupts. With a thunderous crash, tons of steel and concrete slam into the ground, kicking up a cloud of dust that engulfs the entire site. Hanging on the edge of a mountain, this cat excavator stares down a deadly drop with every move. The operator inches forward, steel tracks gripping loose soil that could give way at any second. One wrong slip, and this machine would tumble hundreds of feet into the valley below. But with steady hands, the bucket bites into the cliffside, ripping away dirt and rock, carving a road where no path existed.
Collapse of the bridge in Dresden on September the 11th, 2020.
High above a city job site, workers guide a massive crane section into place. Suspended by cables, the steel tower sways dangerously as the operator lowers it. Suddenly, the load shifts out of control, and the heavy frame slams into the glass facade of the nearby building. Windows shatter instantly, raining shards while workers on the structure cling tightly to their platform. What was supposed to be a routine assembly turns into a heart-stopping fail, proving how one slip in crane handling can unleash chaos in seconds. Ground trembles as the Caterpillar D9G bulldozer storms into action, its towering blade slicing through brush and timber like a war machine built for destruction. Dust erupts, roots snap, and full-grown trees topple in its path. Nothing stands a chance against this iron beast. With every push, the wide steel blade carves forward, piling massive heaps of uprooted vegetation while the heavy tracks grip tight, channeling the machine's enormous weight into unstoppable momentum. From the operator's high perch in the open cab, every move is precise, turning chaos into order with sheer mechanical muscle. The D9G, a legendary workhorse from Caterpillar's lineup, was built for exactly this: brutal land clearing, agricultural prep, and heavy construction. Its diesel engine delivers staggering torque, powering through terrain that would leave lesser machines stranded. Even decades after its release, the D9G still thrives in punishing environments, proving why it remains a symbol of Caterpillar toughness. By the end, the once dense woodland lies flattened, transformed into cleared ground by raw steel and operator skill. This isn't just land clearing, it's a display of brute power, precision, and timeless engineering, as the D9G bends nature itself under its relentless blade.
Все. Да ну нахуй!
Komatsu PC300 goes to work with brute force and precision, showcasing exactly why this excavator is a trusted powerhouse on job sites. Its long hydraulic arm stretches forward, bucket teeth sinking into the earth around the thick stump. Each movement tears through the soil, shredding roots that have been locked in the ground for decades. The red fibers of broken roots scatter across the dirt, a raw display of nature being dismantled by mechanical strength. With calculated swings, the operator loosens the base, rocking the stump side to side. The massive roots fight back, clinging tightly to the earth, but the PC300's hydraulic cylinders deliver relentless pressure. You can see the ground heaving, the soil cracking, and the root system snapping under the stress. Bit by bit, the machine dominates the underground web of wood and dirt, pulling it apart with patient power. Finally, the excavator clamps down hard, curling its bucket under the stump and unleashing full hydraulic lift. The giant log bursts free, roots and mud dangling from the bottom, lifted into the air as if weightless. Dust and soil crumble down in waves, marking the end of the battle between machine and stump. The Komatsu PC300 doesn't just remove an obstacle, it obliterates it, leaving behind nothing but a gaping pit where once a mighty tree stood.
Crews tried to bring down a towering chimney with cables, but control snapped in seconds. The stack tilted the wrong way, slamming into the street and crushing a truck in a cloud of dust. Workers scattered as the ground shook, a brutal reminder of how one mistake can turn demolition into chaos.
Komatsu PC300 goes to work with brute force and precision, showcasing exactly why this excavator is a trusted powerhouse on job sites. Its long hydraulic arm stretches forward, bucket teeth sinking into the earth around the thick stump. Each movement tears through the soil, shredding roots that have been locked in the ground for decades. The red fibers of broken roots scatter across the dirt, a raw display of nature being dismantled by mechanical strength. With calculated swings, the operator loosens the base, rocking the stump side to side. The massive roots fight back, clinging tightly to the earth, but the PC300's hydraulic cylinders deliver relentless pressure. You can see the ground heaving, the soil cracking, and the root system snapping under the stress. Bit by bit, the machine dominates the underground web of wood and dirt, pulling it apart with patient power. Finally, the excavator clamps down hard, curling its bucket under the stump and unleashing full hydraulic lift. The giant log bursts free, roots and mud dangling from the bottom, lifted into the air as if weightless. Dust and soil crumble down in waves, marking the end of the battle between machine and stump. The Komatsu PC300 doesn't just remove an obstacle, it obliterates it, leaving behind nothing but a gaping pit where once a mighty tree stood.
Сказал же на камрюху ронять. Вообще баня, мужики.
Alice Chalmers' HD21 was the flagship crawler tractor in the company's lineup, produced from 1954 to 1965. Introduced in 1955 with an 84-inch gauge, it was classified as a D8 size tractor and quickly became a benchmark for heavy-duty performance. Powered by a robust design and ample horsepower, the HD21 was equipped with a 2-speed torque converter drive transmission, later upgraded with an optional power shift that eventually became standard. It delivered a top speed of about 7.5 miles per hour in top gear, impressive for its class at the time. For nearly 14 years, the HD21 earned a reputation for toughness and reliability, particularly in forestry and demanding earth-moving applications. Its strength, durability, and adaptability cemented its place as one of Alice Chalmers' most respected machines of the era. Ground shakes as the P&H 9020 walking dragline comes to life, a steel titan of mining power. At the site, a Caterpillar D10R bulldozer clears and stabilizes the ground, making way for a bucket the size of a house. Forged from reinforced steel and chained with links thicker than a man's torso, it takes cranes, pulleys, and teams of riggers to lock this monster into place. Workers look like ants beside the hardware, guiding shackles and cables built to handle hundreds of tons of tension. Dust swirls as the massive bucket rises, the drag line swinging its colossal boom with steady precision. And then the true scale hits. The bucket bites into earth, drags through soil like butter, and dumps mountains of overburden in one effortless sweep. This isn't just brute force, it's coordination at the highest level. Bulldozers stabilizing, riggers guiding, operators testing tension, and the dragline unleashing raw power. The P&H 9020 can move tens of thousands of cubic yards in a single shift, turning landscapes upside down with mechanical supremacy. This is mining on a level few will ever see up close, where man and machine command the earth itself.
Есть, пошел.
A towering smokestack stands ready for demolition. Charges set at its base. The blast rumbles, dust rises, and the column begins to tilt. But within seconds, control is lost. Instead of falling into the clear zone, the chimney veers off course, crashing onto nearby power poles. The impact snaps lines like twigs, sparks erupt, and debris engulfs the street as workers scatter for safety. One wrong calculation turns a planned takedown into chaos, a reminder that in demolition, even giants don't always fall as intended.
On this site, we witness one of the most extreme feats of heavy machinery, a long-reach excavator stretching its arm far beyond the shoreline into the turquoise waters. This isn't just any digger, this is a massive Liebherr machine, engineered with an elongated boom and arm designed for dredging, underwater excavation, and coastal reinforcement projects. With each slow and deliberate motion, its steel bucket dives deep below the surface, scooping up layers of silt and debris hidden beneath the waves. From above, the view is breathtaking. The excavator perches on a man-made embankment of rocks, balancing its immense weight while reaching farther than most machines ever could. Alongside it, a Komatsu excavator assists on land, moving stone and soil to strengthen the embankment. The choreography between land-based and water-reaching giants showcases the precision and teamwork required in large-scale coastal engineering. As the giant arm breaks the water's surface, plumes of brown sediment swirl into the crystal blue lake, marking the sheer force of the dig. The hydraulic system holds steady, transferring immense power from the tracks to the bucket, while the operator demonstrates absolute mastery, avoiding even the slightest instability despite the extreme reach. This is dredging at its finest, where engineering meets raw machine muscle to reshape landscapes and tame the water's edge. A dramatic display of reach, stability, and power, proof that even the depths of a lake are no match for modern heavy machinery.
You just witnessed bulldozers doing the unthinkable, fearless operators, unstoppable machines, and skills that separate legends from the rest. If this left you speechless, hit that like button, share it with your crew, and drop your favorite jaw-dropping moment in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Tech Trouble, because the next video will take heavy machinery insanity to an even higher level.